Okay, so let me give you a little bit of a progress report. Things are moving along nicely. Uh, I don't remember when my last one was, my last progress report, a couple of months, a few months, maybe 3 months or something. I don't remember exactly, but um, I think it was when, the coronavirus was still like this fresh thing. Now we're kind of sort of, that's just our new life now. And I recognize that some people have adapted better than others. Um, but I'll try to reflect on my progress since my last report. Uh, my progress overall, if you're kind of new to this channel, has been tremendous. I went from being bedbound and unable to do anything, including walk, getting around the house in a chair with wheels. Uh, Not a proper wheelchair, but just a computer chair with wheels and pushing myself around. To running, that's the latest thing I've taken up, running. Bicycling on an exercise bicycle, like I'm transitioning to that for the winter. The weather here is going to get cold and it's going to be snow. I'm not going to be running outside in those conditions. I could, but I don't want to. I'm continuing to do resistance training and getting stronger. My numbers are increasing on all the exercises. Um, I'm doing longer walks. Like one day I did almost 10 kilometers, which is like 6 miles, and then just walked all around the city. So everything is increasing in the physical dimension. As far as mental activity, I'm working full time. I'm not engaged. I'm not employed. Like I don't have an employer. I'm working on a personal project that I'm developing. I'm a software engineer, so that's what I'm doing. But the amount of work that I'm doing is full time. There's not the pressure of having a boss, which is nice for me for now, because that would be an additional stressor. Even if it's a nice boss, still because of my personality, it would be a thing. But also I'm inclined toward entrepreneurial things, so that's just also part of my personality. But in terms of how much I'm able to accomplish and do, it's a lot. It's like a full-time job basically. And in terms of fear and anxiety about symptoms and about life in general, that's improving as well. That's difficult to shift, but it's not impossible. And bit by bit, it's shifting. A couple of months ago, I remember making a video talking about an increase of fear at night. So in particular, I addressed that area. So I really focused on I would be sort of extra vigilant. Vigilant is not the right word. Extra conscious of what's going on with me at night, when I wake up in the middle of the night and in the morning. So like all that time around sleep, and it helped. It helped. Basically, I had noted that, oh look, there's an increase of fear here, and just paying attention to it and sort of calming myself down, saying, it's this time, there's this process that's going to happen. You're going to have an increase in fear, anxiety, and it's okay. You're not in any danger. There's not an increase in danger. It's just a pattern that we need to shift bit by bit, and it has shifted. It has shifted. Another thing I focused on is not morning fear, but just I usually have more symptoms in the morning. It varies, but most of the time that's the pattern. A lot of people note that pattern. And so in the morning I wake up sort of fully conscious, ready to sort of say, symptoms, yes, problem, no. So I just get through my morning as normally as I can. And it's pretty normal. It looks pretty normal. From the outside, you wouldn't be able to tell, But in the inside, I still have to dedicate just throughout the day 20 to 30% of my mental energy to managing myself, my anxieties, not buying into the symptoms, not buying into the pain, sometimes having to make an effort to just give myself a nudge forward in full knowledge that it's okay, I can't harm myself by doing that. But you just get this feeling, your body just gets into the state of, symptoms, don't want to do anything, too tired, in too much pain. And then as soon as you start with this, armed with this full knowledge that sort of we know on this channel, if you've been watching all my videos, that the symptoms are not dangerous, etc., etc., watch the rest of my stuff if that's kind of new to you. Then I can just move on and sometimes just forget about symptoms and stuff like that. But I can see clearly now that anxiety is the big thing, and the tension, the physical tension that I'm always engaged in, it's just kind of a pattern that I've developed for many different reasons. I believe some of them genetic, some of them life experiences I've had, stressful situations, stuff like being in car accidents, being in physical fights, being robbed like at knife point, stuff like that. It adds up, it forms sort of the programs in your brain, and if not addressed, it'll just stay in that pattern. But if you can reflect on that and then make behavioral changes, take charge of the thoughts that you think, not all of them of course, but to respond to some of the negative thoughts that are always coming up for you, fearful thoughts, anxious thoughts. That's where my focus has been as far as the mental work I've been doing. And I've been making steady progress. I'm quite happy. Of course, the background corona thing has made the situation more difficult for everybody on earth. And that includes us and people going through this journey of recovering our health and well-being, physical, psychological. But basically, I'm happy with my progress. Everything is going great, no issues. And I anticipate that it'll continue like this. I don't know if I'll ever be 100% free of anxiety, but I hope so. It would be really cool. But I don't think that's possible even for the least anxious person on earth. I mean, anxiety is part of our wiring, sometimes we get anxious, So that's my progress report. I mean, not much to report other than good things are happening bit by bit, incremental progress. Future looks bright, so I hope you're doing well. I hope you can learn something from this, and I recommend you really watch my previous progress reports. Because I go into more detail of just like if you're new, if you think it's not possible to recover from this or make any kind of improvement, oh, you're so wrong. You can make big strides, and I believe a complete recovery is possible for most people. Anyway, good luck. Bye-bye.